Hi everyone. In this lecture, we'll be learning about loops in Python. So generally, there are two types of loops in Python. The first one is the for loop, and the next one is the while loop. So we'll be learning the two loops in detail. Along with this, there are two more concepts we learned. That is the break statement and the continue statement. So whenever we find the break statement in a loop, what it does is it breaks the sequence once the condition is met. So therefore, once it is inside the loop and we encounter the break statement, obviously after the condition has been met, the loop breaks down to the outside of the loop. Same for while loop. What continue does is it skips the element where the condition is made. So let's say if a condition is met and we encounter the continue statement, that is Python encounters the continue statement, it skips that particular code, that particular element, and then again start reiterating. All right, let us check all of them in the practical session. So here we will be seeing both the for loop and while loop. So I've taken a list. This is basically a list. Again, for now, think of it as a collection of city names. City equals to Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore, and Chennai. For I in city, that's how we create a loop. For a for loop is written as for a key, an element. This is basically a pointer that points to the entirety of the storage element. For I in and the name of the storage element, here it is city. So for I in city, print I. And that is how it prints. It prints all the name of the element. Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore, and Chennai. Another way how we could have printed it is for I in range len of city, print city of I. What it essentially does is, let me explain you. So range is basically the range. Okay. Let me make you understand. What is len of city? It gives me the length of how many elements are there. How many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So len of city will give me 5. Okay. This is giving me error because I have not actually run the cell above. Now, len of city gives me 5. Now, what it does is for I in range len of city. So len of city is basically 5. We already saw. We could also write 5. For I in range 5, we give a colon and then print I. What would it do? It prints 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing would it print when I write len of city. All right, because len of city is 5. And now what I'm doing is I'm printing city of I. This is how we accept the element. So before writing this, let me show you how do we access city of 0. This is basically accessing, as I said, while learning strings, that the first index is 0, then 1, 2, 3, etc. It is same throughout any data structure in Python. Since this is a list, Delhi is index 0, Mumbai 1, Kolkata 2, likewise. City of 0 will give us Delhi. City of 1 will give us Mumbai. City of 2 will give us Kolkata. City of -1 will give us Chennai. Okay, like that. So in this particular thing, I'm writing city of I. And I is in the range of I is 1, 0, then 1, then 2, 3, and 4. So that's how you would see it. Okay, let me show you in a better way. So I, when 0, it's printing city of I, that is city of 0, as Delhi. I, when 1, it's printing city of 1 is Mumbai. I, when 2, it's Kolkata. I, when 3, it's Bangalore. I, when 4, it's Chennai. And that's how it prints. All right. So I hope you get a fair about idea how it basically works. Right? Now, what we will be doing is, so was the basic editor that I had actually mentioned. And instead of this, we could have also, you know, written in a very simple way for I in city, print I. In that case, it would print all of them one by one. Now, there is another concept of nested loops, nested for loop. What happens here is I've taken two lists, num and alpha. Num equals to 1 and 2, alpha is equal to a and b. Now, for I in num, for j in alpha, print I comma j. How does it happen? Let me explain. For I in num, that is 1 for the first iteration. For j in alpha, that is a, print I comma j. So for j in alpha, the first thing was a, 1a. It has printed. One iteration has been completed. Then the next iteration, it would complete for j again because j has not been finished. Until it completes this particular loop, it cannot go back to the former one. Therefore, after 1a, it would print j in alpha would become b, and 1 remains the same to 1b. After that, since j has been completed, that is alpha has been exhausted, it goes back to the former loop for I in num, and 1 has also been done. Now it prints 2. Similar way to a, and here b to b. All right. This is how a nested loop works. Now, a while loop is quite simple, quite similar to for loop. The only difference is in the way it operates and obviously the syntax. What I've done here is a equals to 1, while a less than 4, print a. Now, had I not put a limiting statement, it would have gone on and on printing a, since a is always less than 4. But what I have done instead is, after each print, a is increased by 1. A is equal to a plus 1. If you remember, a plus equals to 1 means a equals to a plus 1. What happens? After each iteration, a is increased by 1, and at a particular time, first it prints 1 when a equals to 1. Next, a becomes 2. Again, it satisfies the condition and 2 is printed. Again, a is increased to 3. Again, a is less than 4. It prints 3. And now, a is increased by 1 to a to 4. At this particular point, a less than 4 does not satisfy because 4 is not less than 4. Therefore, the loop ceases to exist and 1, 2, 3 is what we get. All right. Now we move to the break versus continue statement. Here, as I said, breaks the sequence when the condition is met. For I in range 5, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 will be printed. If, okay, let's see what happens. So for I in range 5, print I. All right. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is printed. But what I have included here is I equal to 3. If I is 3, break, print I. Whenever it encounters this particular I value, statement breaks and it moves out of the loop. Therefore, 3 is not printed and nothing after 3. Therefore, what we get is 0, 1, 2. And after that, it breaks. If I want to take you to step by step, at first it would be 0, then it would be 1, then it would be 2, then it would be 3. And while it's 3, if I equal to 3, the condition may break. The loop ceases to exist, and that's the entire thing you get as a printout 0, 1, 2. Now, what does continue do? Continue skips the element where condition is met. The same thing, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 should have been printed, but here instead of break, I use the word continue. What happens is 3 has not been printed and everything else has been printed. So what happens? First it prints 0, then 1, then 2, then it is 3. If I equal to 3, yes, the condition is satisfied, continue. Continue means it again goes to the loop and the print statement is invalid for that particular step. Again, if I equal to 3, now I is 4 and it is invalidated and print I, that is 4 is printed. Except 3, all have been printed. That's what continue does. And that's the essential difference between break and continue. Now the concept of range. I have already given you a brief idea what range does over here. Now let's understand the exact things that are there in a range. The range has 3 attributes: start, stop, and gap. For I in range 2 to 10, let's understand. What we can do is for I in range, let's say 5, we'll get, print I. What we'll get is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, n minus 1. It means start from 0 and end till the given number or n minus 1, whatever it is. Then you can also, if only one attribute is given, it considered it to be the stop element. If you give 2 elements, 2 attributes, it considers the first to be the start element and the next to be the stop element. Let's say I want to start it from 2 to 5. It would give me 2, 3, and 4. And if we give all the 3 attributes, then the third attribute would be considered as the gap attribute. So let me take 2 to be the gap attribute. That is, it prints every alternate element. That's what's happened. 2 and 4 is printed. What if I give 2 to 10 and 3? Therefore 2, then 5, and then 8 is printed. That is the basic understanding of the concept of range. So I hope this loop concept, including break and continue statement and range, is clear to you all. I hope to see you in the next lecture. Bye bye.